Hello guys, it's my hope that you are well and the Lord have kept you safe. Welcome back to this channel. For the first time viewers, welcome aboard. If it is your first time interacting with this space, this is just a space where we just try to create some financial literacy awareness by discussing some investment vehicles that exist in our financial system. For those young people whom we are trying to maybe start from the basics, starting from zero, those financial instruments that we can utilize with the little savings that we might have, and try to create some wealth from the little that we earn. So welcome aboard. In this video, we are going to discuss yet another government securities, which is the Treasury Bills. One thing that is clear about government securities is that it is a very attractive financial investment vehicles out of its security, because those people whom we are struggling to start from scratch, to lay a foundation from scratch, there is one thing that you need for your money, that is security. That is being guaranteed that your money will not be lost. And government securities offers exactly that. So you are assured that you will get your principal amount and the interest back. And it is crucial thing for beginners. Security is even superior than the returns, and that's why I'm very passionate about the government securities. We have already discussed the treasury bonds, and today in this clip we discuss the treasury bills. So welcome aboard as we learn together. Subscribe, like this video as we learn together. For a formal definition of treasury bills, treasury bills can be defined as short-term borrowing instrument issued by the government of Kenya through the Central Bank of Kenya to raise money on short-term basis for period up to 1 year. So they are short investment vehicles that range between 3 months and 1 year. And as usual, I always give a formal definition and a layman definition. So on to my layman definition of treasury bills. These are loans advanced to the government by the members of the public, same as treasury bonds. It is still loan that the members of public give to the government for running various projects. But this time, the loans are on a short-term basis. We discussed treasury bills and we found that those are long-term investment product or long-term loans advanced to the government by members of the public that may range from between 1 year to whatever years, 20 years, 30 years, long-term loans. But now when it comes to treasury bills, you are loaning the government money on a short-term basis. And a short-term basis is a period that is not exceeding 1 year. So they are loans given to the government by members of the public for a period of less than 1 year. So there are those people who might be interested in investing in government securities, but they are not willing to wait for 10 years, 20 years to get their returns or to get back their principal amount. Now, treasury bills now becomes their thing because they are short term. It is something that will not exceed 1 year. When it comes to the features of the treasury bills, I'll just discuss features that are different from treasury bonds. Now, I hope you have watched the video on treasury bonds, and in case you have not, you can always go back and check. So we are just going to discuss those differentiating features between the treasury bills and treasury bonds, because these two investment vehicles are so common in many ways. They are both offered by the government through the CBK. Security wise, they are the same, but there are some key differentiating features, and that's the only things that we are going to look at when discussing the features of treasury bills. So I will not discuss those things that are similar to the treasury bonds. I'll just highlight things that differentiate the treasury bonds from the things that differentiate the treasury bills from the treasury bonds. Time. Time is one of the key differentiating features between the treasury bonds and the treasury bills. So treasury bonds are long term, treasury bills are short term. I would say that treasury bills are those short brothers or sisters in the family of government securities. Now, treasury bills runs up to a period of 1 year. Treasury bills has three different maturity periods. We have the 91-day treasury bills, that is 3 months. We have the 182 days treasury bills, that is 6 months, and you have the 364 days treasury bills, that is 1 year. So when investing in treasury bills, it's either you are investing in an investment that will mature in 3 months, in 6 months, or in 1 year. So they are short-term investment vehicles. Treasury bills and taxation. As we discussed in treasury bonds, some bonds are not subject to tax, while others are subject to tax. When it comes to treasury bills, all treasury bills are subject to withholding tax. So the interest you earn from treasury bills is subject to 15% withholding tax. Interests. Interests are also another key differentiating feature between the treasury bonds and the treasury bills. To begin with, when it comes to treasury bills, interest is paid upfront. What do I mean by that? So, you see, for treasury bonds, we realize that if I want to invest my 100,000, I will render the 50,000 to the government. Then I'll get my interest payment in two installment per year. So I invest the 50,000, then I wait for my interest to come in 6 months time, after 1 year, etc., etc. Now, the case of treasury bills is different because we have said that interest is paid upfront. What do we mean by that? Let's say at maturity, which we have said that maturity is either after 3 months, after 6 months, and after 1 year. So let's say I want to get 50,000 at maturity. That is the money I want to get back from the government. And let's say the interest that is earned by that 50,000 after 3 months is 3,000. Now, I will not set the 50,000 then get 53,000 after 3 months. What I will do, I will set 47,000 now, so that I can get back 50,000 after 3 months. I hope that is clear. Interest is paid upfront. I want to receive 50,000 after 3 months, but the interest from that 50,000 is 3,000. So what I do is that today now I said 47,000 so that I get it back as 50,000. So my interest is paid upfront. Interest rates. So from treasury boards, we realize that each treasury bond is announced or advertised with an attached interest rate. But when it comes to treasury bills, it's quite different. When these treasury bills are floated, there is no attached interest rates. You just bid the face amount that you want to receive, and then you'll be instructed the cash amount that you are supposed to pay now. So the minimum amount being a face amount of 50,000, and any additional amount should be a multiple of 50,000. That is 50,000, 100,000, 150,000, 200,000, etc. But definitely we can use the figures and try to calculate and evaluate what is the percentage interest rate of the treasury bill. And in this case, we are going to use some figures from a case study of a 3 month treasury bill or a 91-day treasury bill. A 91-day treasury bill is known as 2575 stroke 091. So in our interest calculations, we are going to use a face amount of 150,000. And what does a face amount of 150,000 mean? It means that in 3 months time, we want to get back 150,000. So after placing a bid, the cash amount is given as 144,307.20. So that is the amount that we should send today, so that we get back 150,000 in 3 months time. But remember, treasury bills are subject to withholding tax of 15%. So if you do and now that you are getting the interest upfront, it means that you also have to pay the tax upfront. So the interest from our the tax from our interest is 853.9 Kenya shillings. So our cash amount comes to 161.0. I hope it's clear up to there. What I mean is that the amount that we were supposed to send was 154,307.2 before tax. But now there is tax. We need to send an extra 853.9 to cater for the 15% withholding tax. So it means we said 145, 161.1. But in our interest calculations, we are going to use the cash amount 1 because that is the interest we are getting. That is the difference between the two, is the interest that we get. Leave out the tax first. So we will get 150,000 back in 3 months time, and today we send 144,307.2. So the difference between the two is the interest we earn in the 3 months time. That is 5,692.80. So a simple formula is that interest is given by principal times rate times time. So we have the figures of interest, we have the figures of principal. It is the rate that we want to calculate, and we have our time. Our time is 3 months out of 12. That is a quarter of a month. So we do our calculations and we get that our rate comes to 0.151808. That is 15.8%. So the interest rate from this particular bid of treasury bill is 15.08%. From that interest rate calculations, we can ask ourselves whether it is worth investing in treasury bills. And for me, it's worth. Reason number 1. So we have calculated and seen that the interest rate is about 15.08%. So working with the minimum amount that you can be able to invest, which is 50,000, we take the minimum amount and the minimum period, that is 50,000 for 3 months. If you use the interest rate of around 15.08%, you will realize that the interest comes to 1885 Kenya shillings. Subject to 15% withholding tax, that amount drops down to 1,000 to around 1,600. Now, if you place 50,000 on your table today, after 3 months, the 50,000 will still be 50,000. But if you make some small effort that and place that 50,000 into a treasury bill, that 50,000 will be 51,600. Small task that makes some small differences which are worth. The second one, that interest rate is okay compared to other investment vehicles within the system. If you want to know it is worth, just walk into a commercial bank and you ask the interest rate that you can be offered for fixing the 50,000 for 3 months. Come and leave the feedback on the comment section. So treasury bills for me, it's a worth investment vehicles that you can be able to try out. We then ask ourselves, where are the treasury bills found, or when are the treasury bills found? So treasury bills are not like boats which are not very frequent. It is good to say that treasury bills are floated every week, so you can be able to invest in treasury bills in any week of your choice. So treasury bills are floated by the Central Bank of Kenya between Friday and Thursday, like a whole week, to give interested investors time to place their bid. Then on Friday, the results of the bids are given. That is whether the bids are successful or not. Once the bids are successful, you are given a notification so that you can be able to make your payment. Payments are made on Friday and on Monday before 2 p.m. And after you make your payment within that period, that deal is sealed, and you just wait for the period of which you have invested in your bill. That is either 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. So they are available each and every week. For now, that's all I had for matters treasury bills. If you have any issue that you feel that it has not been addressed, or any question that you might have regarding the treasury bills, you can drop that on the comment section and you can be sure that it will be addressed. If you have been able to learn something new that you didn't know about the treasury bills, drop a like so that it can serve as a feedback that this video has created some positive impact there. So hang around as we learn more on the available investment vehicles, as we just try to enhance our financial literacy skills and knowledge. So till next time, keep learning.